Thursday, September 28th, and the Dome Foamers podcast is here with a special episode. I am Christian Kruger, your host, and I'm here with Neil Miejski and Brian Dorton. We're just lifelong Astros fans that love to talk about the Astros. So, boys, let's go. All right, special episode 22 and a half.
All right.
We are we'll try to make it a little shorter, but we need to talk about what just happened and what can happen going forward. First, real quick, just want to thank our sponsors of Two Gringos Chupacabra and Victoria Auto Auction. Again, this is kind of a special episode, but I want to make sure I gave them a shout out and check them out. And thanks again for their sponsorship. Let's recap. We took 2 of 3 from the communists in the Northwest.
Just like we said.
Right, incorrectly. I know I did.
Yeah.
However, we did call Monday's win. We did call the bats not showing up Tuesday.
We did. And somebody called a Maldonado.
A Maldi sighting. You're right.
A Maldi showing.
I didn't even know he played.
Well, he did this past series, that's for sure.
But, really, all 3 games were playoff games. But awesome. definitely Wednesday was. A lot happened. You get out, we get down a run with a leadoff home run. Then we score 4. Then we let them back in. They scored 2. Not to recap the whole game, but then we just have the fireworks of Neris, Hector Neris striking out Julio, which
Julio can go fly a kite for all I care.
Yeah,
the golden sombrero.
Great point, Neil. Which means he struck out 4 times. Huge talent. I've got some issues with him. I've got some issues with how he acts. Was not aware, and then we talked about this offline on our text message, that he had a home run off Neris last year and definitely pimped it around the bases a little much.
He showboated.
Yeah. So there's always, when stuff like that happens, there's always a backstory.
Of course.
We've been asking for life all year. Well, Neris showed some. So just go sit down. Go sit down. Take your trident, your Seattle Mariners trident, and sit down with it with your golden sombrero, and do something against the Rangers. Okay.
I'll say this. Like, they had a couple of clips of fans that were just almost overly jeering and booing, and like when Altuve got hit in the elbow, like some D-bag right in the first row is up on his feet, just cheering and just, oh yeah, he's hurt. Screw that. Fans like that can, again, go fly a kite, enjoy your minuscule playoff run, and go away.
They really are hard to root for. I agree with you. Their fans are terrible. They're booing people that weren't even on the 2017 team, which tells you how intelligent they are. They're just look, we won. That's what matters.
That's all.
We have a 1.5 game lead on the Mariners. Now, remember, we talked about this in the last podcast. We can't tie them because they have the tiebreaker. We're 2.5 games back from the Rangers in the West. That's going to be very hard to do. However, if we do tie them, we have the tiebreaker from the Rangers. They are playing each other tonight. It just started, so we'll give an update here in a little bit, or check it out. The Blue Jays won. They beat the Yankees. They have the tiebreaker on us. So if we tie them, they would get the higher seed. So there's a lot going in. with 3 games left, or 3.5 going on with some of the games going on tonight. This is a position we have not been in. I honestly love tight pin races going down to the wire unless my team's involved. Then I don't like it. Which is just
not a
fact.
fan, not a huge fan of this. Love it when the other teams are going through it. It's pretty exciting.
So yeah, we got a hat tip Maldonado. We got a hat tip us scoring 8 runs. You got a hat tip the bullpen last night. We got a hat tip JV. I've been hard on him. That was a hell of a pitching performance on Monday to give us the edge start coming out.
Michael Brantley. Yes,
Michael Brantley.
Amazing.
I mean, the ghost of Michael Brantley, the
professional hitter, baby.
The weekend at Brantley's, I don't know who held him up in the batter's box to make sure he could swing, but he got 4 hits because he's a professional hitter.
Professional hitter.
So let's talk about what.
Let's talk about what we need to do.
Yep.
Let's talk about what we need to do. That's nothing less than the only acceptable outcome, in my opinion, right now, is we sweep the D-bags over in Arizona. Sorry, Diamondbacks. Sorry, and the Mariners actually step up and do something, and the Rangers do what the Rangers are gonna do, which is choke job. The only acceptable outcome, which is an AL West pennant again this season.
You know I love you. I know you're. I'm all for it. There's a lot that's got to happen for that. And
okay, talk to me. What all do we have to do?
Well, we have to sweep, and we're facing Zach Gallen tomorrow. Okay. So that's not going to be an easy task against JP France. Don't like that matchup at all.
I mean, our bats came alive against. I mean, I think you will admit that the Mariners starting staff is probably as hefty as the Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
our bats came to play.
Yes,
our bats came out.
I think we faced a tired arm Wednesday. You know, Bryce Miller's a rookie, but hey, he's had our number. So yeah, absolutely, we stepped up.
Okay,
Brian, I don't know. Do you remember the series before the Mariners? Do you remember, or have you just gone amnesia on us?
Oh, was that that was against the Rangers in Arlington, right?
Okay.
Is that
okay? So you remember those? Yes.
Oh yeah. No. I don't recall anything else. Like, no, yeah, I don't remember.
Jordan, I'm with you. I mean, that would be awesome. However, more likely it is we control our own destiny and win 2 games. And win 2 games, and we're in the 6th seed.
2 games. We're
second in the West.
2 games guaranteed second in the West.
Which would mean the 6th seed most likely. No, it would mean the 6th seed. And go to play the 3 seed Twins in Minnesota.
Okay. Wait a second. I mean, if we get this, why do you say it's guaranteed? What am I missing here? Why would we? I guess what does it take for us to get to 5 seed? I mean, if we win 2 games,
we would have to sweep, and Toronto would have to get swept.
Okay, because we can't tie them. I'm with you. Okay,
correct. Yeah, we're only after they won tonight. We're only a game back, but we can't tie them because they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So I essentially make them 2 games ahead of us.
So we have to win 2, and they've got to get swept. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. So I mean, all signs.
The most likely scenario is control your own destiny and get the 6th seed.
I'm in. And so we're at a magic number of 3.
Correct.
Okay. So any combination of that.
It could be 2 after tonight if the Rangers beat the Mariners.
Sure. Correct.
Or,
Which
so
ultimately, I guess I'm not cheering for the Rangers. I'm cheering against the Mariners. I guess I just want.
I am
Where are you at,
hope
Brian?
I'm okay with either team winning tonight, but after tonight, this weekend, I am full on Mariners. Full on.
yeah, I'm never going to say I'm going to root for the team up north, ever. But I totally get, so to have a chance at the West, you have to have that after tonight. I am rooting against Scott Service and Julio Rodriguez tonight. And if they happen to win, that just tightens it up and gives a better shot at the West. But
Well,
I'm more.
Tavares just went bomb show. So Rangers are up 1-0.
I'll be honest. I think the Rangers are going to win
So
3 out of 4. I think the Rangers are going to win 3 out of 4. I think we took the Mariners' soul last night.
I give two craps about the West pennant flag. Like, I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I don't. I don't.
You give two craps about having a bye week?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a 2 seed with
great.
one less playoff.
I mean, if there's a team that needs a bye, it's this team.
I don't know that it matters.
It matters.
Again, we could. I don't know that this team. What affects this team? We have no idea. It's a roller coaster.
Well, you're right. The most consistent thing is the inconsistency. But here's what I do know: we have 3 starters that have tired arms. And
I understand what y'all are saying. Yes, a bye could be beneficial, but I'm just to the point to where just get us in.
Sure, and it's highly unlikely anyway. Like I think the Rangers. I think we took their soul, and I think the Rangers are at least going to win 2. So I just don't think it's going to matter. But
I do like the thought of we took the Mariners' soul.
I do too. That's why I keep saying it. And
I'm pretty sure that
I called Scott Service today. He didn't answer. So
is his cell phone on your poster? How did you get it?
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's on my poster above my bed.
On the
so
ceiling,
more importantly,
on the ceiling above your bed.
I want to talk about what we can control, and that's winning baseball games, because this is what you have to start factoring in.
All right. Yeah.
If you do clinch, then you got to look at who's pitching.
Yeah, who's going? Well, let's talk about tomorrow right off the bat.
France versus Zach Gallen. So it's the Edge Diamondbacks. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but that is Edge Diamondbacks.
For sure.
And then they've listed Verlander pitching Saturday. Neil and I were talking about that real quick, Brian, before you got on, which is 4 days rest. So it's not 3 days rest, but they are bumping him up. I think they're doing that for multiple reasons. They're doing that, one, to get our best pitchers in the last series to help clinch.
And
also moves them in, yes.
Yeah.
But then it also allows Valdez to pitch on 4 days rest.
Yeah.
For Sunday. The problem with waiting till Sunday is then they probably are not going to be available for the first series. Now, you have to use them if you need them to clinch, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I really want Verlander to end it Saturday, because then you don't pitch Valdez, you pitch someone else, you bullpen it, you do whatever.
You're Queedy.
Yes, and you've got Monday off. So you're immediately flying from Arizona to Minneapolis Sunday night. You've got Monday off, and then you're probably pitching. You're pitching for Fromber Tuesday, Javier Wednesday, all short leashes with a bullpen, and then you have Verlander for Game 3. Which, by the way, for those that are listening or going to listen to this podcast, it doesn't change. All 3 games are in Minneapolis. There's no travel. And so
fantastic.
Here, let me pump you up a little bit.
Has anyone said who the Diamondbacks are pitching on?
No, they don't have announcers. But let me pump. They don't have. They haven't announced for Saturday and Sunday for the D-bags. So let me pump you up about little JP France here. In his last 7 games,
Yeah, talk to me about
his
Frenchie.
ERA is just all right. His ERA is just a hair over 7. So he's got a 2-3 record with a 7.08 ERA in his last 7 games, giving up a mere 27 earned runs in his last 7 games.
It's why,
brother.
and going against a top 3 pitcher in the National League in Zach Gallen. That's also why Verlander's pitching Saturday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we've just got to get. I mean, hopefully get through.
I mean, Kruger's right though. I mean, from this past Sunday, I mean, you can see it. You can see the fatigue in these guys' arms. Like you can see it, and that's yeah. I mean, like how much I hate admitting you are correct, but like we should have gone after somebody to put into the lineup. But
at last I looked, Brown is 40 innings over any number that he's ever pitched in his career.
Yeah.
Not 4, 40. And I don't remember what it was with France, but he's over as well. So we should have, could have, would have. But that's gone.
That's done.
And
that's
so
gone.
now you have to piece it together and find a way. So basically, you're going to be in a hitter's ballpark, which isn't great for France, but maybe it'll help the offense. So, excuse me. Yeah, I wonder who they're pitching. They're in the same boat. They haven't clinched officially yet. I think they have a magic number of 2 or 3 as well. So that's why Gallen's pitching. Yeah, that's why Gallen's pitching Friday, and then they have the ability to possibly rest people Saturday and Sunday.
If we sweep Arizona, it also keeps them out of the playoffs.
Potentially, because right now they're in the second wild card behind Philadelphia, who is locked in. Okay. So then you've got Arizona, Miami, Chicago, and Cincinnati. So really there's 4 teams fighting for 2 spots over there. So follow me here. Cincinnati is a game and a half out of the wild card. Chicago is a half of a game. Miami is up a half a game, and Arizona is up 1.5.
Cincinnati got smoked, right? Today?
Cincinnati.
I don't know, but the Cubs are on free fall.
Yes. Yeah, the Cubs have lost 3 in a row. So there's a pretty good battle going over there. So 4 teams for 2 spots over there is that's happening.
And it's why Zach Gallen's pitching tomorrow.
Arizona's getting beat by Arizona got beat by the White Sox today. FYI.
Today. Yeah. So, I mean, there's plenty of reasons for them to, have to fight. And I wonder what let me see what I may have lost it. Their magic number might be.
This is hindsight. 20, but I think if they win a game, they're in. But
they're in.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have it off the top of my head, but the math kind of makes sense that they'd probably be pretty close if they just won 1 game. Hindsight's 2020, but if we're talking, I had a feeling something like this was going to happen with Verlander and Fromber. It's why I texted on the other night, and we had a decent sized lead. No, it doesn't mean it was over. Verlander should have been out. He should have been out. If you knew you were going to do this, which I'm assuming they did, who knows? But I'm pretty sure they probably knew this was going to happen. But whatever, we'll see. He's 40 years old on 4 days. That ought to be interesting. But hey, score 12 runs tomorrow against Zach Gallen.
That's a whole different ball game at that point.
Yeah. I guess we'll see Diaz in the lineup because he'll be catching France.
You'd think so.
I get
Maldi had a career weekend or week.
You got to put Brantley in there. You just got to find the guys to hold him up in the batter's box for weekend at Brantley's in case he's dead.
Apparently he's not. What's the story there? Like
Shoulder
back?
soreness. Oh, I thought it was
like,
shoulder.
shoulder
back.
soreness, but like also is totally fine to play.
He was
I
out.
don't
He
know,
missed the
man.
last 10 games, but hey, 3 for 4. I'm in. I
Yeah,
mean, we
play
whatever.
the guy. Play the guy. My goodness.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that would be obviously the lineup, right? That we've been begging for. Alvarez in left, McCormick in center, Diaz catching, and Brantley. I mean, I guess Brantley would be Brantley Alvarez, whatever.
right.
So we actually
Yeah.
might get that lineup, which I
How
saw
incredible would that be?
I saw something the other day that I think it's only happened twice.
Twice or two. It's in the.
It's not very
less
often.
than
Yeah.
5. It's less than 5.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm stuck between 1 and 2, 1 and 2 times, but
Which is insane. I mean, like this is the whole like these are the wins that we've left on the bench type
well,
conversation.
yeah. And with Brantley though, I mean, he's been gone. You know, he
Yeah,
whatever. But since he's
absolutely.
been back,
He's been gone.
but
He's been gone,
but
but
I'm saying,
we've had better sticks on the bench than what we've actually
Well, here's
played in.
here's what.
and
I'm not going to
Yeah.
get into it. It's
and it's
I mean,
hard
it's
to
not even worth
it's
it
hard to
at this point.
it's hard to sit Dubon, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a big home run.
Yeah, that was huge. 2 bomb.
If we lose tomorrow night, it's gonna get hairy fast.
All right, so all right, let's play this out. Let's say that we have all of a sudden we think we're at Minute Maid Park. We're at in Arizona, and we just we can't do it. We lose tomorrow. We lose Saturday. Okay.
Ooh.
We lose tomorrow. We lose Saturday. We go into Sunday needing like it is an absolute must win, right? Not only a must win, but it's a must win and hope that the Mariners
Well, that's what it would
are have lost at least 2 at that point. Because if we lose tonight, tomorrow, and the Mariners sweep, we're done.
Yep.
Yeah, you mean Friday and Saturday?
I'm sorry. Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, like so. Let's talk about that. Like, what needs to happen? Like, you're Kruger, you're Dusty. I mean,
God.
same thing. It's
God.
kind of like 1-to-1 replacement if I'm being honest. But
he's one wristband away.
Let's pretend your grandpa
Not taking the bait.
Let's pretend your grandpa and you are gonna go set the lineup. It's Sunday and we have lost 2, and the Mariners they're still in it. Like, they haven't swept. They've lost. It's like 2-2, or sorry, 2-1 at that point.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a must win. We have to win to get in.
Gotta win. So what's your lineup?
And so I don't know who. I mean, obviously, I don't know who the Diamondbacks are pitching.
Okay.
I mean, because if I was your dad, I would know, but I'm not. So
okay. Your grandpa.
I mean, I would. I'd catch Diaz, but he hadn't caught Fromber all year. But Fromber hadn't been good. I mean, he really hasn't been great. So what's the point?
No.
So
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm going
here. I'm gonna offshoot this real quick. If I see Maldi's on the uptick, and by the uptick I mean like he is in the dirt and just
Okay.
out of the dirt at this point. But if I see Maldi drop another strike 3,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So, but
I don't know what
let
I'm
me
gonna do.
let me put context in why I would start Diaz other than everything we've talked about for 3 months.
All right.
And this is dead serious because you're giving me the power to make the lineup.
All right.
So
yeah, you and
I'm
your
playing
grandpa have the power.
I'm playing Diaz, and here's why.
Go.
It is clear to me that Fromber doesn't care about base runners. So you take the defensive side out of it.
Yeah.
Maldi's got a problem with pass balls. And so I am going to take
balls.
I'm going to take the offense because Fromber does not hold anyone on. So I'm just gonna take the offense, even though I think Diaz is a better defensive catcher. He's never caught Fromber this year. I don't care anymore. Fromber has not been good lately, so it's not an issue of Maldi's game calling. So that's my first decision, without knowing if it's a righty or lefty. If it's a righty, I'm having Brantley DH. If it's a lefty, I wouldn't DH Brantley. And then I'm having, the core. I'm going Altuve, Bregman, Jordan, Tucker, Diaz, which they won't do, but you're giving me the power. And then 6th, I would have Brantley.
Yeah, I love it.
7th, I would have Abreu. 8th, I would have Chaz, and 9th, I would have Pena.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Minus the I think I would switch Chaz and Abreu just to have, in case there are 3s up and down, all the way down. I want Chaz leading off before Abreu in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean that's sure. I just want Abreu further down the lineup. I don't care where it is.
Yes, I mean, I you know what? I'll be honest. I like Pena at 9. I really like Pena at 9.
I do too.
Because he's got the potential of a. I mean, like we've seen him be an incredible leadoff and an incredible 2 spot. We've even seen him in 3 spot and like do well. And like having him at the 9 spot, great. Fantastic.
I love that. That's one of the best 9-hole hitters in the game.
I love it. I love it.
I do too. But y'all's brother, dad, grandfather won't do that. It'll be Maldonado catching in the 9 spot. So
Garcia bomb 2-0.
Dang, I just turned it off.
Strangers.
Yep.
I want to make it. What else we want to touch on before? Because we want to make this a quick one, so people can get buckle up. For the weekend. All right. Selfishly for the Astros, most likely scenarios in the postseason, I want us to end it Saturday and not have to stress Sunday, not have to throw Fromber, give him full extra rest.
So let's go through the scenarios, right? Let's what do we have to do to win the West? What do we have to do to get at least? I mean, like, what do we have to do to get into the?
I'll let you say win the West because it's not going to happen. So you can go and run that scenario.
But let's go through it. Like, what do we have to do to get into the 5th spot? What do we have to do to get into the 6th spot? And then go from there.
The 6th spot is we basically have to sweep, and the Blue Jays have to get swept by the Yankees because they have the tiebreaker on us, which I don't see happening. Honestly,
into the 6th spot?
No, the 5th spot.
5th spot. Okay, I thought you said 6. Sorry, 5th spot.
Which honestly, I don't want the 5th spot. I would rather have the 2 or the 6. So I don't want that scenario to happen unless that's my only option, right?
No.
Um,
So the
no, it's
only
basically the same.
acceptable
It's basically the same with the Rangers. I mean, we have to sweep, and the Rangers need to lose win one of four, including tonight. Those scenarios just I don't think are going to happen. So then it's based on us winning and keeping ahead of whatever the Mariners do against the Rangers for the sixth spot, which would then make us travel to Minneapolis to play the Twins in the first round.
So, and the thing with that one, like, I mean, that's if we get in, the odds are we're the 6th seed, right? Like you said,
There, yes,
for us to be the West champion or even the 5 seed, it involves us winning them all.
Yeah.
So we have to win them all,
Sweet.
likely or not likely, but it doesn't. We don't control that.
correct.
We're not in control because again, Tampa Bay versus Toronto. Toronto's in control of their destiny. The
Oh, my
Rangers
bad.
are in
I said the Yankees. That they ended that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's done. No, Neil. If we sweep, we control at least absolutely. If we sweep, we control. What do we
All
not
we
control sweeping?
We getting the
We have to have
AL
help.
West champion.
Yeah, we have to have help
AL
with the West.
AL West. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
My bad.
sweeping
Yeah.
guarantees us a spot.
Yep.
Right. And so like I said, I'm just to the point where I'm fine. I'm fine with the 6th seed. So that's why I'm kind of cheering the Rangers on, because ideally in my brain, 3 games. So we want the Mariners to lose tonight. If we win tomorrow, Friday, and the Mariners lose Friday, it's over. We're in. And that's what I want, because now we don't have to pitch Verlander on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
You with me on that?
Julio just hit a bombshell and showboated around third base.
Well, good for him.
So
he wouldn't have Hector Neris was there.
No,
Yeah,
because he wouldn't have
lesson.
hit a bombshell. He would have struck out.
The first ball he's put in play in two games. So, and let me finish this, like my little whatever.
Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, I'm just, the sooner we clinch, the better, right? And so the earliest we could clinch is Friday night, and hopefully that's so that we don't have to pitch Verlander. And so then you throw whoever, whatever, and that gives us the best chance.
And clinching means wild card 6.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm. Again,
okay.
I'm just assuming that.
Got it.
So, which again I think might be better. I mean, who do you? I get the whole sit there and wait, but I mean, I don't know. I'm fine with.
I mean, if there I feel as though if there's any team that needs a bye,
I think every team could say that though. I don't know. I think every team. But
I don't think we've afforded the right to even think about it. I mean, you get in, unless that the cards are dealt. They've been played. Let's go. I mean, that's why it's fair, absolutely, to talk about all the scenarios. But I'd rather talk about honestly. You want to know the 2 scenarios that are most likely? The 6 seed are out. Those are the 2 seed. Those are the 2 scenarios that are most likely. Is we either make the 6 seed, or how so? We lose. We get swept or lose 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks, and the Mariners tie us. They're in. Then we're out. They have the tiebreaker.
I mean, like I.
So even if
I don't understand what's the struggle here?
Brian,
if we win, let's say if we get swept, and the Mariners win 1, we're still in.
Yeah, but it's 1 of 4.
1 of 4.
And you're gonna. but you also got to remember that the Rangers
I
are
bet
going to go, all right, we're clinched for the West. What do we have to fight for? You know, they reached that point too,
I'm telling you
to
right
where
now, I don't have the odds in front of me, but the two most likely scenarios are one, we get the 6th seed, two, we're out. Those are the two most likely scenarios.
But like your yeah, there are three likely scenarios that like there is. I mean, there is still the AL West championship, but it is
I don't
I,
think so.
no. Listen
well,
to me.
hold on.
Like,
I didn't say
Okay.
there was. I know there's multiple scenarios. I said the two most likely.
yeah, but getting the AL West is only slightly and like slightly above getting
No.
third in the AL.
I feel like we've gone around and around this thing. You don't go. You don't go 2-7 versus the Royals and A's and win the AL West. That's not going to happen unless you have an epic freaking meltdown of 4 games, 3 out of 4 games. That's not going to happen.
Right.
Like
But
we put ourselves in this position.
We're also coming off of two out of three against the Mariners against their studs, right?
We swept the
So what would
we swept the Rangers in Arlington, and then won 5 out of 15. I mean,
Fine.
Brian
Fine.
what
But
would you say? What would you say, Brian, is more likely? Us winning two in against Arizona, one against Arizona, or three? One, two, or three?
two.
What do you
Two.
think? See, and I think we get one, and I'm fairly
I think
happy.
we get two. We might sweep.
Oh man, you're way more confident than me.
Yes. Like I feel as though like I don't know.
JP Francis ERA is 7.
yeah. I mean,
I'm
like,
not concerned. I
hey,
am not in the least concerned. I am more concerned about our bats than our pitching. And I mean, this has been the case since like we can rewind it back to June, and I've talked about like I am much less concerned about our pitching right now than our batting because like we know what our bats can do and we know what they haven't been doing, right? And we see glimpses of like our bats getting hot. Like, have you? I mean, we saw it. We saw it this past week.
also
We
saw
get
game
hot.
two against the Mariners.
That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, like,
we won the series. Like, win the series. Get 2 out of 3. Let's get 2 out of 3.
well, no, but you just said we're going to win the AL West, so we got to sweep.
We can win. We can win 2 out of 3. Well, no, we can't. We got to sweep. We got to sweep to get the AL West. We have to
It's
sweep
not
to get the AL
happening.
West.
That's why it's not happening.
We can though. We can. If our bats show up, you mean to tell me our bats show up regardless of who's on the mound, regardless of who we have on there?
That's not how it works. How it works is you have Zach Gallen versus JP France.
Right.
Advantage D-backs. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but they have a significant advantage there.
Which team?
I mean,
shows up?
Neil gave you the stats of France the last however many starts. I mean, he's a slot machine lately, which we even talked about advanced metrics 2 months ago. Now he can go out. Yeah, like
so there's 20 different scenarios. Okay. Yeah. So there's 20 different scenarios that exist, right? Astros win 0, Astros win 1, 2, or 3. So there's 4. And then you put 5 possible outcomes on each of those. Okay, this is the math guy in me, okay? Because the Mariners can win 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 0. So there's 20 outcomes.
Some people think he's just a coach, but no. Oh, very, very much math.
So of those 20, there's 2 scenarios where the Astros are the AL West champs. So that's 2 out of 20, 1 out of 10, 10% chance. Okay, you with me on that?
Yep, got it.
Okay, second place, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 scenarios out of 20. 13. So what is that? 65% chance. Oh my gosh. Did I
What
really
number?
just say that?
What
65.
number?
Yeah, but I
Yes.
thought winning the
65%
AL
chance.
West and getting the 6th seed and getting second place were similar.
So there are
To me?
No, he said that. I'm just
in the
referencing.
AL West scenarios versus getting first place and getting third place in the AL West. There are 2 scenarios to get first place. There are 5 scenarios getting third place.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's more likely of a chance that we're out
You bet.
than we are. Okay.
But not significant.
That's what I said 10 minutes ago.
Are we talking about like significantly? No, absolutely not. There's way more. There is like, there are 2 scenarios where we're winning the AL West. There are 5 where we're in third place.
Which, by the way, that would mean
rest of them.
It's 2.5 times more likely that we're out than we are when we win. I mean, that's the math guy in me. It's not hard.
So what's the percentage of us getting in as a wild card? Like that's the percentage right there. Like that's everything. Us getting in the sixth seat. That's it. Like that's the most likely thing.
And I believe when we rewind and edit this podcast, you were going to hear that that's exactly what I said.
No, you said that there were only.
No, that's not what I said. I never said only.
Yes.
I never said only. You're not going to like this when you go back and edit
there were most likely. I
said the 2 most likely scenarios.
Fine, yes. The 2 most likely. All right, fine. All right.
Yeah. I said that 15 minutes ago.
that the least likely and the most likely aren't that far apart. How about that?
Okay, so there's a
that's 25, what I'm trying to point. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
There's a 25% chance that we end up in third.
Okay.
There's a 75% chance that we don't.
Got it.
Right? 65% chance we're second, 10% chance we're first, 25. So, but that's why I've just said I'm cheering for the Mariners to lose. I don't give a crap. I'm not cheering for anybody to win. I just want them to lose.
The Mariners losing helps us. The Mariners losing helps us.
Absolutely. And that's why I think they lose tonight. They lose tomorrow. Somehow JP France throws a no-hitter and we clinch, and Verlander sits on Saturday. We throw, I don't know, is Blanco still available? What's Belak doing? What's Belak doing? What do you
think the odds tomorrow on JP France throwing a no-hitter in Vegas would be? Plus 7 million?
Right up there with
what an incredible bet that would be.
Plus 7 million?
Would they even have that? They wouldn't have that prop bet.
I don't know if they have it by game. Yeah, but they have in the playoffs, and it's ridiculously odds.
So, real quick. Let it just be.
You want to recap the odds?
No, I just want it to. No. I need it to be said. You guys are all for the Mariners. Like, let the Mariners go. If we sweep, and the Mariners.
Oh my God.
If we sweep, like, rewind this tape. I'm telling you.
I hope you're right. I will.
I do too. You know what? Like,
I will too. I will too. But 20 minutes in, he tried to change my words. I'm like, we could have looked back this 20 minutes ago.
I swear for God, if we sweep and the Mariners end up laying a goose, I am going to go ballistic on y'all.
You march straight across. You march straight across, and you got it. I agree.
And I'll take the hits on the chin if we do what we have been doing previously. But
okay,
the 90% chance. That 90% chance. Okay, I'm glad you do.
Okay,
You know, when we
let's
all agreed that we'd lose, we won. So
exactly. I know. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up.
All right,
As,
let's go.
but
Let's go.
let's go around. I want to say let's go. I'm afraid to go to Dorton because we might have a talk about
Let's
us
go.
sweeping
Let's
again.
go.
But
Let's go.
I'm going to start with Neil, and we need what does the outcome? Where the Astros end up? Meaning what seed or out or whatever you want to pick,
okay.
and what day do we clinch, or what day are we fortunate enough to clinch? Not what you hope for.
No. I'm with you. We'll know Saturday night, and we'll be in the 6th seed.
Okay, Dorton.
God.
I mean, I want to say that we'll know
Say it,
Sunday.
say it,
I want
say
to
it,
know we'll
say
know
it.
Sunday because we
Say it.
swept and then the Rangers end up freaking winning. Yeah. I want to say that, but I think we'll know Sunday. I mean, sorry, Saturday. I think we'll know Saturday, and I think we will be 6th seed. I won't be happy, but I think that's
so after all that, you're going with the most likely scenario?
Don't do it, Christian. Don't do it, Christian. Just say, okay, now what's your predictions? Don't do it.
Do you want me to go into this? You want me to get into it?
No.
Oh my God.
Happy to do it. Jerk.
This is my favorite episode. This is my favorite episode ever.
6th seed, and we'll know Saturday. So we all agree, even Dorton.
Somehow.
Look, get in, and then we figure it out after that. I mean, honestly,
I think we sweep, and then we're 6th seed because you guys are such a-holes.
I'm gonna say one thing that's not Astros related, because I just feel like putting it on there for Ryder Cup, one of my favorite events.
Oh man, yes.
What horses are running?
It starts 12:30 in the morning, 12:30 Central Time. It's in Italy. What a great sports! What a great sports Rome.
In Rome. Mm.
What a great sports weekend! You have playoff type pennant baseball coming down. You have obviously college football. You have the Ryder Cup. Neil, the Giddings Buffaloes are off. So that's
Perfect.
one of the reasons why also we get to do this tonight. So with that being said,
wait, let me give a quick shout out to my buddy Ice Blakey, who went with me to Rome. We flew into Rome in 2001, and I'll never forget it. We touched down at the airport in Rome, and he looked at me and goes, "Huh, looks just like Houston." And it was one of the most like, oh yeah, it sure does moments.
Correct.
And then
that's hilarious.
Everything after that changed.
That's hilarious.
And Ice is a huge Rangers fan, so
screw that guy.
Screw that guy.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm not going to bash the Rangers. We gave it to them. So I hope we see them in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say there. I will shout out love landing. Ice. Yeah, I will shout out landing in Rome as well as Courtney Boyce, who's playing right now, by the way. It's 36-0 last time I checked.
Come on, West.
Victoria West was winning at halftime. Was over there, and he left me at this is pre-cell phones, or we had cell phones. This was pre all that other stuff. I landed in Rome, and he was not there to pick me up for 3 hours.
Jerk.
I've got dudes with Uzis walking by. I had no idea, had no way of get a hold of him because I'm in the airport in Rome.
And I pickpocketed at least 3 times.
I go to I said, well, I might as well have a beer if I'm going to get a flight back to the U.S. since he didn't show up. I go to the ATM and ask for $40 of American cash, and it was about 3.7 million lira. And
can I get $40 worth of beer?
Yeah, I bought a Italian beer, I believe a Moretti or a Peroni, and they said it would be 875,000 lira, which was ended up being like $3. So there's my Rome story. But Ryder Cup's going on, guys. Appreciate y'all appreciate us hopping on. hopefully we'll get Sunday night or Monday, whenever we can work our schedule. We'll have a playoff preview because we're in it.
Yep.
And if you want to know more scenarios, you can contact Brian Dorton at his email. I will tweet out his Twitter and his cell phone. And for that, boys, go Stros.
Go Stros.
Go Stros.